Welcome to the frozen shoulder exercise rehab session. We've got a variety of exercises for frozen shoulder here. We're going to be working on the clock, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Now, the key thing with frozen shoulder is to understand that you have to try and get it moving within pain-free limitations. Now, that's not always easy. Sometimes you might find that what we do is a little uncomfortable and you might be restricted in the movement. Sometimes you're going to have to improvise. I obviously don't have frozen shoulders, so some of the exercises I will do quite freely where you will find quite difficult. So just go as far as you can, slowly and carefully. Let's get ready to start, but before we do, you maybe need some light dumbbells, you maybe need some kind of broomstick, you'll need a wall, and you may also need one of these elastic band and something to anchor it on. So let's get ready. Our first exercise is a pendulum, so you need a dumbbell or something similar, a carton of milk or something like that. Here we go. So we've got an 8-second count in. So I'm assuming that my bad arm is my right arm, and obviously you only do it on the bad side. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the weight, lean on our knee and allow the weight to traction our arm out into a pendulum-like movement. Lots of little circles. And we're going to do 30 seconds of these. It's crucial to try and relax into this and let it traction your arm out. This is one of your basic exercises for this. 5 seconds. Good. Have a little rest. So again, the next exercise is what we call pendulum eyes. So you're once again in this position here, standing forward, and you're going to be allowing it to move straight back and forth in an eye type position, if that makes sense. Okay, but have your rest first. Here we go, 3 seconds to go, and go. Working back and forth. Just let it traction it out. Try and relax. The only thing that should be tensed is your fingers holding onto the weight. Much range of movement as you can possibly get. Ten seconds. Doing well. Good. So the next exercise is a similar sort of exercise again. It's a pendulum side to side. So this time your feet are sort of a little bit more shoulder distance apart, and you're going to be working across like that. Get as much range of movement as you possibly can again. Ready? Here we go. So let it traction back and forth. Nice smooth movements. Doing well. Keep it moving. Good. So our next exercise, we're going to need a broomstick or an umbrella or even a golf club. And what you're going to do is, again, so my hand is the bad one's the right hand side. We're going to work on shoulder flexion, which is this movement here. And you know, some people with frozen shoulder find they can only get to here, so you might only be working in this range. This hand, the left hand, does all the work. The top hand is completely relaxed, and all we're going to do is move in your pain-free range of movement. And you'll find as long as your top hand is relaxed, you will get more movement. And it may be over the weeks that you can gradually work it up higher and higher. As long as it's relaxed, it's okay. Be a little bit discomfort, but it won't be too bad. But as I said, it's so crucial in these frozen shoulders to keep what movement you can. Good, little rest. So this one is a stick half circumduction. Now circumduction is this movement of the shoulder, or this movement. And again, the bottom hand is on the stick and that's doing the work. The top hand is doing nothing. And all we're going to be doing is taking it out and round like so. Okay. Now remember, in frozen shoulder, it's normally external rotation that's the first movement to go, followed by abduction and flexion. So this sort of circumduction movement is an important one. You may not be able to do it as fast or in such circles as I am, but it's important to get that work going. And the bottom hand is the one doing all the work. Indeed, my left bicep's getting a bit achy from doing this, which is as it should be. Good, okay. So now we're going to do stick shoulder abduction. Now what you find again with frozen shoulders, people get to here and then they get altered scapulohumeral rhythm, so they do this. Okay, so try and keep space here as best you can and just lift it to where you can until you start to get that sort of hiking of the shoulder. So just again moving it out here, trying to relax. This left hand of mine is doing all the work. The right hand is all the right hand is doing is just holding on to the stick. Keep going. Keep it working. Keep going. Okay, now we get to the tricky bit. Now, as I said, external rotation is the movement that first goes in frozen shoulder, and it's often the last to come back. So we're going to use the stick again to help us. Now you can do this lying on your back as well, but I prefer to do it standing. So elbow into the side, and all we're going to do is this. Now you may find you've only got that much movement, okay? But just take it to where you can comfortably go, okay? Just keep working. Gently smooth rhythms. Now it's like a piston in an engine, but it's this bottom arm that's doing all the work. The other hand is just simply holding. Now the more you can relax, the faster you will recover. Keep going. Good, okay, so it's another external rotation movement. Again, you may not be able to do this. It's at the 90-90 position, so it's 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, or somewhere near. So you might actually only be here. And all you're going to do is work here. Now, it may be that you can simply just move 2 inches here. And if so, that's fine. Okay, or you might even be down here. But just get it slightly away from your hip, just get it. Try and relax, try to keep the shoulder blade down and back as you do it, and just work through there. Don't force it. If you can get up here, then that's all great, but most people won't be able to. You'll probably be here. Just working in here gently. 10 seconds to go. Good, okay, this is where you need your wall. So we're going to be doing the shoulder pec stretch, single arm shoulder pec stretch. Now, 2 ways you can do this. And you can do it with a bent arm with your elbow down low and turn your body away from it. Some people might only be at that stage. A slightly harder stage is your arm long and turn away. But again, you might be down here and that's fine. You might only be here. But either way, we're just going to do either bent arm or straight arm and just turn that across here. You find a lot of people get very tight through here. Okay, so in reality, you might only be here and that's fine, that's okay. We're just going to open this all up through here. Gently turn your torso away. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. Try and keep your shoulder blade down and back. That's okay. Okay, doing well. Good, shake that one out. So, next stretch is a single shoulder anterior stretch with a band. So the band is round something strong, and all you're going to do is stand up tall, put the band this way so the palm of your hand still facing forward, stand up tall and just hold that. Now again, you might only be here, but the band just provides that little bit of elastic resistance to feel the stretch. Just hold it there, you should feel it all through here. 15 seconds to go. Doing well. Keep going. Okay, so for the purposes of demonstration, I'm actually going to swap hands now. So I'm actually going to pretend my left hand is the frozen one. And what we're going to do is the single arm posterior deltoid stretch with a band. So literally all we're going to do is we're going to step into it as if we're playing a backhand in tennis and turn away. Okay, now obviously in this case, I'm pretending this one is my bad arm, just so that you can see what I'm doing. We're just going to stretch away and let that pull through here, and you're going to feel that stretch through here. Might choose to lean into it a bit more, and that'll be good. You'll probably feel the stretch, but it won't be a movement that's impossible for you, because this movement doesn't normally become difficult with frozen shoulder, but you should feel a stretch through here. Just hold it and relax. Doing well. Good. Okay, now here comes the difficult one. Okay, most people find this hard. You may not be able to do it. Again, I'm now pretending my right arm is the frozen one again. Hand goes behind the back, lean against the wall, stand up nice and tall, shoulder blade back. Now this is hard. Some people just simply can't do this. If you can't do this, what you do is you place your hand on the front of your hip, change the angle slightly and just push into the wall that way. But again, it's stand up tall, yeah? It may be that you can progress to on the side of the hip and do this, and that's fine too. And eventually might be the end stages, and therefore you can get behind like so. But either way, wherever you are, try and open that stretch up. This is the hardest one, it's why it's at the end. Good, and we are done. Now that program you can practice twice a day if you need to, possibly even 3 times a day, depending on your stage. Well done.